whenever you are ready.
All right. Human and plant communication. Ways that plants can benefit from communication is the sharing of knowledge, sharing of information about different diseases, species, sharing of various farming tactics. So basically, farmers and different people in certain branches of agriculture can share with other people about certain plants, about certain diseases and species, so they can further, for diseases like prevent that from happening on their farm or plants, and they can just inform or teach them about other species. Sharing of knowledge, that is kind of goes right here with the farming tactics. It's kind of just, they can inform on different tactics on how to grow faster, just different stuff like that. Human language. Many languages are dying throughout the world right now. I think the rate is 1 in every 2 weeks. And according to the UNESCO, there are roughly 7,000 languages on Earth right now, and it's projected in the next century that a little under half will die out. Unfortunately, with the death of a language comes the death of culture, and the people that came from these cultures take a big impact from that. Because their culture dies and they really have to adapt to the dominant language, and that's English, Spanish, and Mandarin. Some of the factors leading to it, in Vanishing Voices by Russ Reimer, a language is considered to be dead when it is no longer passed down through multiple generations. A couple reasons for this are cultural assimilation and changes in societal norms. So, most kids, when they go to school or just anyone, usually adapt the dominant language, and then their local language is sort of left out. The use of technology and advancement technology is also a factor. All social media and stuff usually use the more dominant language, such as English and stuff like that. So when they use these things, they usually adapt that. Plant language, on the other hand, is not really in danger. They really only communicate through one thing, and that is chemical signals through their roots. They just kind of use, and they can really only express one emotion, unlike humans, and that's stress. They can feel their surroundings and let other plants know that they're stressed. The differences between plant and human communication is human language is obviously specific to humans. No other, obviously plants can't speak it, or only humans. And the way we communicate versus plants, we are verbal, we can communicate physically, and all kinds of stuff, and they're just one thing. Friday communication, we can cry, get angry, stuff like that, show emotion and communicate like that. We can also speak verbally. Plants, however, cannot do that. Some similarities are we both communicate with our environment. Humans talk to other humans, plants talk to other plants, and we both use it as a means of survival. We communicate, survive with each other, work together. That's what plants do as well. We both can express emotion. Plants, however, are very limited to their emotions, such as they really can only express stress, nothing really else. And humans obviously express emotion as like sadness and anger and stuff like that. This is a little cool picture about them working together. And my solution to the death of languages would be kids in school can take more than one language classes. Like here at Southwest, we only have one, and that's Spanish. I think if we were to implement more foreign languages, I think that would really help. And the use of social media, and so with that, big influencers can influence a lot of people and a big group of people. So I think they can use, if their language should be dying, they could speak up about it, and then they could, gain awareness of that dying language. And that is all.
Okay, so let's look at a couple of questions here. How did some preliminary information you gathered inform your research?
you say that again?
How did some preliminary information you gathered inform your research?
What does preliminary mean?
What you did before?
Oh, I mean, I guess with the languages, like, you can really assume that you really only see a couple dominant languages, and I guess before going into this, I kind of knew that there were only a few dominant languages, and that was really just English and Spanish. I ended up finding that Mandarin was a big one too, so.
Okay. So then what are the implications of your findings to your community?
I mean, also with the language, I mean, really only here in Asheboro and really North Carolina, you really only hear Spanish and English. I don't really hear any foreign languages other than that, so that could be a implication. I mean, but also another direction is North Carolina's a big farming state, so that's also with the plants and stuff. There's a bunch of agriculture and stuff here. So I think when I was talking about the farming tactics, you know, they share throughout the state and stuff about their different stuff.
Okay, thank you.